Balance is obviously important for our safety, and good balance gives us that sense of confidence that we can conquer all the terrains and different surfaces that we encounter in the world and stay active. But poor balance gives us a fear of falling, and you may have experienced this where you're apprehensive and nervous and unsure how much you should move because you're not sure if you're going to remain upright. Welcome back, everyone. Michael O'Connor here, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Today, I want to go over the specifics on how you can start training your balance. I want to go over the fear of falling and how to overcome it. I want to review the number one mistake that I see as a physical therapist when patients and individuals are trying to train their balance. And I'll go over the step-by-step process on how you can set yourself up and start training your balance today so that you can see improvements within 1 week. Let's get to work. So let's begin with discussing the primary challenge of training poor balance. If you have a fear of falling and you're apprehensive and you're not sure that you are stable on your feet and you're afraid you might fall, then how can we train our balance with that apprehension? Well, that's where I'd like to introduce to you what I call the safety zone. There's a couple ways you can set up a safety zone so that you can train your balance and be assured that you won't fall. Let's take a look at a few ways, and to do this, you might want 2 chairs, or you can look for a corner of the room. I'll show you both setups. I always train my balance with a wall behind me. Preferably, we would use 2 chairs and have them in close proximity so I can use them for light touch for balance, but preferably not leaning on them. So in this environment here, this safety zone, I can't go backwards, I can't fall to the left, I won't fall to the right, and if you were fearful of falling forward, you could even bring these chairs together and create like a triangle around you, where now I can't go left, forward, right, or back. So this is a safety zone. Now if I use the corner of a room, now I've got stability to the left and right of me, and I can bring in my chairs to enclose myself in an even more safety zone. So here, if I am challenging my balance, I have the ability to use everything around me to assist in my training. Now, one other option you could consider is using something like a small ottoman behind you with your safety zone set in place. So, and the idea is the worst that could happen while I'm training my balance is I sit down. I always want my patients to know that's the worst that should happen when training your balance. Just sitting down or needing something to stabilize yourself. The number one mistake that I see individuals do when training their balance is picking the wrong balance exercise. I call this overdosing. I get the stories frequently where someone is standing on what's called a BOSU, which stands for both sides up. So you can either stand on the curved side or the flat side. Either way, a BOSU trainer is incredibly unstable. It is a very difficult balance exercise to attain our 30 seconds and hopefully working up to a minute. So patients that are unstable on their balance and falling off and restarting and just so erratic with their movements, there's not much carryover. The balance training system, our brains, our nervous system, the proprioceptors, which are those little nerve endings that are in our joints that tell us where we are in space, all of that needs time. It needs to be engaged and working for a duration. 5 seconds of this and falling off and 5 seconds of stopping and starting again, it just doesn't carry over. So pick the exercise where you can Achieve that 30-second marker with good posture. And remember, it's okay to have a few corrections in those 30 seconds. But pick the right exercise. So where do we start? Well, the first thing you can do, and I'll use this safety setup just so you can see me more clearly, but use the safety setup that's most appropriate for you. First thing you can do is just stand there and either use a watch or your cell phone and just see, how do I feel for 30 seconds? If your legs started to feel shaky, this is your starting point. 30 seconds, try to progress to 45, try to progress to a minute. Do several sets, maybe 3 sets of 30 seconds, a couple times a day. Once that becomes easy, you can start to tinker with your base of support. When your feet are closer together, it's a narrow base of support. It's a little more challenging to balance. So 30 seconds here, can you maintain it? And one thing to note, if you need to correct your balance, you want to touch whatever surface you need to and continue the 30 seconds. Try not to lose your balance, stop, and then say, oh, I better start all over again. Try to keep the 30-second progression continuing. What you'll notice is the 30 seconds with a couple corrections turns into 30 seconds where you're barely correcting at all. Then you know you're ready for the next level. Now let's talk about weight shifts. If you shift yourself to the left leg, how is the 30 seconds of balance here? If it's challenging, work up to 30 seconds, hopefully progressing to a minute before you go to the next level. Shift to the right side. Can you maintain your balance here, 30 seconds, or do you need a lot of correction? So now what we can do is start weight shifting and really challenging a single leg a little bit more. So this would look like this. About shoulder width apart, I'm going to shift to my left leg and lift my right heel off the ground. Now I'm on my left leg and maybe 10 to 20% of my weight is on my right leg. This is a challenge for single leg with a little bit of the other leg. But see how your 30 seconds feels. Shift, try the other side. Lift the heel, standing on the right leg, remembering your posture, thinking good, tall, upright posture. If you can achieve 30 seconds, go to the next level. Now that we've conquered the weight shift, let's go ahead and try single leg standing. Shifting to my left leg, I'm going to lift my right leg off the ground. Try not to hook your calf or hook your leg in any way. That's a form of cheating, but try to keep your leg a little bit straight down, and it doesn't have to be high off the ground. Keep your toes close to the ground in case you need to correct. Correcting is okay. It's actually a good thing in that 30-second increment. What you want to do is get the corrections down to once or twice in a 30-second increment. As you can see, occasionally I have to touch and restore my balance. Perfect. Let's try the other side. Standing on the right leg, lifting my left leg off the ground just an inch or so it's there if I need it. Correcting as needed. Thinking of my posture, breathing comfortably, not holding my breath, having my stable surfaces at my hands just when I need them. Excellent. So now you're able to conquer single leg standing, and if you're doing 30 seconds and about 3 sets of those, and you do that 2 times a day, give yourself a day off here and there, you're going to train your balance on a regular basis. That'll help when we're stepping over objects, getting out of a shower or bathtub, navigating curbs, so many things we need, even stair climbing, single leg progressions. One final challenge for you, if that becomes too easy to stand 30 seconds, you can certainly take this up to a minute. That will be more challenging. One thing you can try is to start adding a little bit of movement. We call these clocks, where I point my toes to 12 o'clock, then maybe over to 3 o'clock for me, then over to 9 o'clock, and then 6 o'clock. A little more challenging because I got the wall behind me. But movement will challenge your balance to the next level. I hope you enjoyed this video. The 3 takeaways. First and foremost, keep it safe. Please use that safety zone. Second, choose the right exercise. If you can't do it for 30 seconds, pick an exercise that you can. Third, practice. If you just put a little bit of work in, within a week, I promise you're going to see some results. Now, if you feel like you still need more help, I'm here for you. Take a look at the PT community link down below, where I host balance exercises just like we reviewed today, other functional group fitness classes, where we cover everything from how to build upper body strength, leg strength, how to walk better, how to navigate stairs. I cover everything. All you have to do is show up. I'm also available as your PT coach in this community. We hold monthly group fitness challenges and a lot more. It's a fun group for those of us that are over 50. As always, don't forget to like this video, put some comments in. I love reading how things are working for you. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Until next time, keep exercising.